Shit, let's get it.
9-1-1.
Y'all might do $1 bet.
Hold on.
I bet you.
No, you don't want to bet me, cuz. I like the screen shit, cause this shit tell you like what time y'all playing. Like right now, we in 3 minutes right now to play.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 47, -1 Harbaugh. The Ravens and 49ers are underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Let's go. Let's go. High ball. There you go. Check it out. 36.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, this whole ass nigga doing a run play, y'all. The little glitch run play. That's all this shit all niggas gonna do on this shit, bro. This shit gay. All niggas wanna do the little glitch run play. I'm gonna find some shit to stop that shit, bro.
Taking it in as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a big-time scamper there to cap a touchdown on the opening drive.
Sets a tone, establishes not what you call a dominance, but a really good feeling for the team that just scored. But I've got to ask you, partner, what do the analytics say about that type of a run? Does it establish anything else for him?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Bro.
And he'll wind up about
You said what to him?
Lied out.
Who, you?
Nah, he did.
Send a picture to the thing, get your money. It can't to your phone. It say like you won some shit like that.
Nah, he asked me why I quit, man.
I send a picture to it. Screenshot the picture. It should tell you.
Screenshot. I'm finna send it to the group so I can click on it.
Yeah, send it to the little box thing and tell you do.
What I gotta hit finish game?
Yeah, and show the picture that he quit. Yeah, tell you everything what to do before y'all start.
And it's 2nd and 2.
I just hit game mode.
That sort of opens the playbook now. 2nd and short. What do you think? Early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
I'm here all day. Whip.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Should I say opponent bailed on me, or should I just tell him the truth?
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
No, I'm going with he bailed on me.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall. right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's Kenneth Bourne. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think...
What you use to stop it? Because niggas doing that shit to me right now, bro.
You got to send an all-man blitz. That blitz with the three deep blue.
Yeah, right.
Saying that.
Yeah, I was sending that. Then I just played on one of the linebackers, so...
You
Cut
contain the line?
They'll cut in.
Nah, I pinched the line. I ain't containing nothing. I just had them boy coming, bro. Keep it good.
All right.
He'll break on it every now and then, but he wasn't breaking like he was breaking. That boy breaking my face.
That shit gay.
I sent this invite.
This nigga right here running Mike Will blitz. What the fuck is that?
I don't see it, bro.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Let's go, Sherman.
From 13 yards out. As his guys are on the board.
Let's go,
here in
Sherman.
this first quarter. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's good.
What the thing said to him?
7 apiece.
I don't know. They say they're gonna review it.
Oh, okay. You walk?
It's in the pictures and stuff, though.
I sent the picture I sent y'all. I just sent that one picture. You asked if I was up.
Yeah.
Nah, I was down 3. I had just scored to come back for 10.
Oh, okay. It might till y'all pay it over. I don't know how that shit go. I never been to that yet. That's why you should have had a screen. If you had a screen there, just go over the whole game. Y'all both need to get that screen. That shit easy to hear, bro. No cap.
And when you start
What play was
plotting
that?
this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven.
We may have one route cut the whole game.
The 31 now on first and 10. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3.
Man, I'm trying to talk to you, nigga. I've been doing this shit.
2nd and 7.
Yeah, alright.
And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out.
I'm gonna blow your ass out, boy. Man, bitch ain't giving me a charger for this shit.
And that'll hurt the average.
Yo, I make a bet with you, bro. Listen, bro. If I win, I take over your place, bro. So you gotta leave the franchise.
You can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
I got to take over your place.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away.
Brian, you hear this?
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Man, you know I'm playing the game. What?
Hey, here we go. Wait, Davey!
What?
Right now, let's go.
I can't believe they let you
Okay,
play.
you're not
I
telling
can't
me
believe
to.
they even let you play.
One, Omaha. Check.
Damn.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind
what's
the
the
line
ticket,
of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Here we go.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's lock. 48 Mike. 48 Mike. Watch the pass. 48.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
That's crazy. I was finna come back and win that game, too.
I got them sticks for their ass, boy.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Got them fucking sticks for your ass. Fuck you.
Don't worry about that.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Got them sticks, nigga.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
Did he roll you back yet, Tom?
Nah.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered
It take any money?
Yeah, it took $10 plus the one.
I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And they're going to have good starting.
Yeah, but I can't feel good and all. Yeah, boy, I don't know what you thought.
I'm finna quit, though. I gotta get ready for it.
That's how you going?
10.
Okay, what time you get off? 6?
Yep.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Fucking nigga,
He'll
actually.
be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Watch the run. They're running it.
But I'm gonna do it. I'm talking right. So I gotta tell you my shit. I'm hot back on my shit with Ben Tyler.
Give him 3 on the keeper there. And
But you gotta make that charge.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in this first half of action. On second down, Ingram. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now it's Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. 14 yards, and the Ravens have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The
49er offense set to get this drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. And
looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
It's a give to the right, Ingram. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle, 38 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken very short.
The Niners take over
Let's go,
first and
boys.
10
Bring it up.
at their own 33-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
He'll have a first down past the 40. A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards.
At the 9-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And he pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Let's go, baby.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
40. Here we go. Wait, 80. Danny. 11.
Garoppolo on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, but it's going to be 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Switch. 21. Here we go. Hey, Echo.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Quick the edge. Go.
Check nickel.
Check hot route. Hot.
Ingram again. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
65, 65. What's tight? Tight as well. What's tight?
On first down, Garoppolo got the connection here to Bourne. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
11. Hey, alert 40. Hey, we don't like the 48.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
SOS. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Kill. Alert 3. Hey, watch it.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Don't get nervous now. Square you up. Don't get nervous.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. He scored on the ground and through the air as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Got his target, Samuel. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Well, we kind of looked at